2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, the 20th of September, and it's the International Day of Peace. And a big happy birthday to Sophia Loren, Gary Cole, Asia Argento, and George R.R. Martin.
7.
You may not be aware of it, but the price of gas has been soaring over the last few months, with knock-on impacts for home heating and also for the food processing industry. Business Minister Kwasi Kwarteng has been in talks with energy suppliers and energy regulator Ofgem over the weekend amid fears that rising prices could lead to companies struggling to stay in business. But COP26 President Alok Sharma says there's no immediate threat to domestic energy supplies.
There is no immediate concern in terms of supply. We don't see any risks going into the winter. People should be confident that the supplies will be there and that we will be protecting them in terms of price rises.
The price rises have also led to shortages of CO2, which is used in food processing to stun animals before slaughter and also for dry ice. Nick Allen of the British Meat Processors Association is warning that this could have a real impact on the already battered supply chain for grocery stores.
The knock-on of this could be huge, really. If we can't actually get CO2 to actually humanely slaughter sort of pigs and poultry, we could see literally British poultry and British pork actually vanishing off the shelves.
It was announced with great fanfare in a three-way press conference on Wednesday evening, but the new defence pact #AUKUS has been causing diplomatic drama ever since. The alliance, which sees UK, US and Australia team up with a deal for Australia to get access to US nuclear submarine technology, has annoyed both China, who the pact is intended to annoy, and France, who were originally supposed to be supplying diesel submarines to the Aussies. France's former ambassador to the US on the #AUKUS deal, Gerald Orard, is really not pleased at all.
You know, for months, British, Americans, Australians have been plotting in our back, basically saying, we are going to take these contracts from the French. You don't behave this way between allies.
The French have now pulled out of defence talks with the UK, but Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison says it's no secret they weren't happy with the technology the French were offering.
We have deep and grave concerns, and we had made very clear that we would be making a decision based on our strategic national interest.
The US withdrawal from Afghanistan saw chaotic scenes at a suicide bomb attack at Kabul airport. It also saw the US carry out a drone strike on a suspected terrorist vehicle, but an investigation has revealed that the US military made a serious error. Gerald Kenneth Mackenzie announced the results of the inquiry and apologised to the families.
This strike was taken in the earnest belief that it would prevent an imminent threat to our forces and the evacuees at the airport. But it was a mistake, and I offer my sincere apology.
Former CIA Director Leon Panetta says it was a terrible mistake to make.
Drone strikes are weapons of war, and a terrible mistake has been made, and it does reflect badly, I think, on the approach that was used.
There were 29,600 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday, with an additional 56 deaths announced. Friday saw a dramatic change in the rules for travel, with the amber list binned from the 4th of October, replaced by a simple red list. There have also been changes to the requirements for fully vaccinated UK travellers. Transport Secretary Grant Shapps says that with the number of people fully vaccinated, it was time to simplify things.
It does give us some additional freedoms that we didn't really have before. And one of those is that we can drop the pre-departure tests. Another is that we can drop the expensive PCR tests on day 2 when people got back from abroad. But we will still require people to buy and use a lateral flow test.
Still to come on the Smart 7, big wins from the Emmys and tributes to Jimmy Greaves and John Challis. Right after this.
You're listening to the Smart 7. If you're enjoying it, you might also like the Smart 7 Island Edition. Just search and follow us on your favourite podcast platform. It was a busy weekend of Premier League action with 9 games across Saturday and Sunday. Man City could only draw with Southampton. Liverpool won 3-0 against Crystal Palace. Man United saw a last-minute penalty save from De Gea give them a win at West Ham on Sunday, and Chelsea put 3 past Spurs to win another London derby. The death was also announced of Spurs, Chelsea, West Ham and England player Jimmy Greaves, aged 81. He was a prolific goal scorer, still holding the record for goals scored at Tottenham, and in the 80s he was the star of ITV's Saturday sports show Saint and Greavesy.
Hey! First
Fergie, what have you done? You've dropped the man of the match, the best player you've got, and you've dropped him. Now what's happened?
I think he's something to give me some stick about today.
Former Spurs chairman Lord Alan Sugar says he'll be remembered fondly. Rest in peace, Jimmy.
He's a British legend. Everybody in the football world will remember him as a legend.
The 73rd Annual Emmy Awards took place on Sunday night in Los Angeles, hosted by Cedric the Entertainer, and the big winners were Netflix's The Crown and Apple TV's Ted Lasso. Netflix won 44 awards in total, including those from last week's Creative Emmys, while The Handmaid's Tale set a new record by failing to win any of the 21 nominations they received. The Crown won Best Drama Series and 4 of the big acting awards, with prizes for Gillian Anderson, Josh O'Connor, Tobias Menzies and Olivia Colman.
Thank you very much. I'd have put money on that not happening. And what a lovely end to the most extraordinary journey with this lovely family. I loved every second of it, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Kate Winslet won Best Actress in a Limited Series for Mayor of Easttown, and Jason Sudeikis won Best Lead Comedy Actor for Ted Lasso, with Best Supporting Actor wins for Brett Goldstein and Hannah Waddingham. Jason seemed a little taken back by his win.
Thank you very much. Heck of a year. I would say that, this show is about family, this show is about mentors and teachers, this show is about teammates. And I wouldn't be here without those 3.
There was another death over the weekend as comic actor John Challis died aged 79 after a long illness. He was most famous for playing car dealer Boise in Only Fools and Horses, where his distinctive laugh became a catchphrase in itself. Boise was so popular as a character he had his own spin-off series, and John also appeared in Shakespeare in Regent's Park and guest starred in Benidorm. He spoke to This Morning in 2011 and said even then he'd still get people on the street asking him about that laugh and, of course, Marlene. Rest in peace, John.
Do people still do that shouting in the street?
It's usually a bunch of lads, and I can see them coming. They always get past me. Then I hear, Marlene, and I turn around and they go...
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.